Good. It was cool. It was fun. People came out to shows and jumped around and we had a laugh. We just did an American tour. It's really, really cool. Of a different country. I went down with a twang.
Start Something was released on February the 2nd, 2004. They set out on a mini tour of Britain beginning in Glasgow on the 7th and finished at Cardiff University on the 20th. With a hit single and a brand new album under their belt, it remained to be seen what kind of reviews they would get. As it turned out, they were mostly positive. Even in Britain, where the legendary disdain of the music magazine hacks could be enough to make you wish you hadn't bothered, there was considerable interest. The NME enthused about the album's traces of soul and glam. These were elements that had been conspicuously lacking in British pop and rock for some considerable time. True, moaner bands like Travis and Radiohead exuded a kind of tragic self-pity, but that was mostly middle-class anxiety manifesting itself as the kind of bogus nonchalance that a good dose of Prozac would send scuttling off into the woods, never to be seen again. And a good thing too. There was a difference between dreary self-preoccupation and the outpourings of the soul. Soul was now, apparently, the reserve of a 16-year-old girl called Joss Stone, who was being paraded as the new Aretha Franklin. Times were surely hard, if that was the case. Nonetheless, it was at least real, and she could prove it by playing her songs live without the benefit of a bank of computers normally associated with operations at NASA to keep her voice in tune. Similarly, record buyers were now flocking to snap up CDs by artists such as the queen of hip easy listening, Norah Jones, as well as Katie Melua, Jamie Callum, even Harry Connick Jr. and Barbara Dixon. These were people who could all play and sing without the benefit of Svengali figures mapping their every move, every moment of the day. As for glam, it seemed to be that the darkness had opened a Pandora's box of retro possibilities. Hey, rock was fun again. You didn't have to be terminally depressed to make a chart-topping album. You could be ironic, you could have fun, and you could make people smile. If there was any vestige of glam in what Lostprophets did, perhaps it harked back to their younger days, holed up in the doomy, dark wastes of Pontypridd, where they could take considerable flack from their peers because they dressed, not to conform, but to express their sense of isolation. They had strange haircuts and wore eyeliner. These were the traditional ploys of the suburban ugly duckling who wanted to send out the message that they felt uncomfortable in conventional situations. It had been a question of playing the weirdo card, or take that job at the Alliance and Leicester Building Society. Better than a good review in the British NME, though, were the reviews in American magazines, who had taken Lostprophets on as an authentic British rock band with something useful to offer. And this was at a time when nu metal was suffering a crisis of identity of its own, with an album by Korn having proved less than successful and others finding their own fortunes taking a similar downward curve. VH1, the online music site, offered the observation that, whereas Lostprophets had been initially derided for their slacker looks and dress sense, Ian was now being hailed as a sex god. Maybe this was due to a makeover in the style department, but when this was suggested, the band were incredulous. They barely had enough to pay the rent, let alone employ a stylist, a personal fitness trainer, a hairdresser each, and a yoga instructor. Maybe it was basic prejudice that discriminated against a band of newcomers inexperienced enough to defend themselves. Now, however, things were different. Lostprophets had taken criticism on board and had gone away to reflect. They had come back with a good album. So there. Presumably, though, this was what they were supposed to have done.